If you guys are watching this when I think you're watching it, you'll know that the new season of Attack on Titan is premiering today. That's right, today. After, I feel like a whole eon of time since the show originally came out, we're finally getting that final season, and the manga's not even finished yet, so somehow it's all coming together. What's been keeping me from cheating and going into the manga has been just the performance of the voice actors. I have a massive respect, as you know, for voice actors, being one myself, a fledgling one in the industry, as well as just to see the level of dedication that they put into their craft, because you have to go that extra level of imagination just to be able to turn out the same amount of performance. Imagine for a second, myself, for example, when I have to voice act, I'm just sitting here in this chair usually, and then I have to somehow pretend I'm in the Arctic or something like that, and put myself in that situation in order to feel cold, to feel all these emotions, even though nothing's around me. In some ways, voice acting requires even more dedication because you have to really just put yourself in those moments, even when you don't have the physical tools and world to interact with. I've had a chance to meet and interact with some really pretty famous ones on this channel, as well as some off-camera too, including Mark Hamill, legends like Steve Bloom, all incredibly, really well-seasoned professionals. But I think the thing about this show, Attack on Titan, is just that Japanese voice acting, the seiyuu over in Japan, just take it to another level. I'm going to actually go over some great examples of some of the best voice acting I've seen or heard from any show ever. Attack on Titan is up there. It's got some of the best voice acting, so let's get into it. Alright, so to begin, I have this clip here that this was recommended to me. I have no idea what I'm in for. Oh, okay. What is Shik? What? Freddie Mercury Titan? Shaven? Why is Eren talking about shaving people? Okay. So I guess a bit of technical difficulties here. This is, I don't think, a good clip, but it just shows you how dedicated these voice actors are to the point that they can talk about shaving and still sell you in on the drama. So if you haven't seen this clip, it's an incredible piece from one of those, live Japanese talk shows and whatnot, similar to the one that I was on, video here somewhere. But they basically pulled out the seiyuu from the show, or the voice actors, for Eren and Mikasa, and they had them redo that scene from the end of season 2. So there are mild spoilers in here. If you haven't seen the show, I highly recommend it. I think the show's voice acting is really over the top, especially in the original, but you can really feel the intensity of these characters whenever you watch it. I showed the show to my dad, and he just absolutely loves how dedicated the actors are to the parts, to the point that he's also seen the show, I think, twice as well. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I mean, if you've seen this before, it's been around and circulated on the internet. I think there's another version of it where he just does it by himself. But in that version, you can just kind of see it's largely a really lighthearted show where they're interviewing all the voice actors, and just as soon as these two just get on the mic, they are completely changing the atmosphere of the room just purely by way of their voices. It's really incredible to see. I've read the manga version after I watched the show, and it just did not feel the same. I think the real magic of being able to voice act these things is that, for example, you read a Batman comic, and then all you hear now is Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill doing those roles. It's kind of become the same way for this show for me. I can't read the book and then not hear these voices come out of these characters now at this point. Yeah, there's so much going on here. As you could see, there's a little bit in the beginning where I just kind of got that chill as soon as it started, because his voice in the beginning there is just really, it's really chilling. You can really feel that he's on the brink of breaking down, and it's absolutely just right on the mark for what he can do as an actor. So, I mean, when I try to record things and try to submit my auditions. I try to bring that same level, but of course I'm relatively new in the industry. It's just absolutely absurd, just this level of talent that this guy is bringing. So if you guys have not experienced Attack on Titan yet, I highly recommend the Japanese version just for this level of like, wow, he's really grounding all these performances. I really regret not getting a chance to meet him over in the 2018 Anime Expo, the year I went and attended. Apparently he came out and then was just there, apparently. So he's one of those few voice actors I haven't met yet that I really admire, but would really like to at some point one day. Incredible stuff. I highly recommend this new season. He's got new interviews out. Eren's voice actor is Kajiyuki, and then Mikasa's is Ishikawa Yui, and they just have been doing these roles for like 8 years now, so I can't imagine what it's like to be stuck with the character for that long, and then to have to like come back to that and just get into that mindset again once you have to start working again. So there's another aspect too, which is that I think a lot of the time people don't really think that much about sound when it comes to film. We often just go into it and expect to see cool things, but I think sound sometimes is more powerful than whatever images are going on. And that's what I tried to bring with that last clip I put out last week. So if you haven't seen that yet, I just wanted to experiment with a little more sound mixing, and it's a little hint of things to come. So that said, what do you guys expect out of this new season? Have you read the book? If you have, please do not spoil anything in the comments. In fact, I probably might have to turn comments off now that I've said that, because I'm scared of spoilers. Please don't spoil the show for anybody. Yeah, myself included. I'd like to experience it for the first time with these voice actors too. And if you haven't seen the show, what are you doing? It's out on Netflix, I think. You can probably watch it there. Great show. I'm probably going to go rewatch it before the show comes out today. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.